Hi everyone, my name's Anne-Marie. Welcome to this card making project. Now, Valentine's Day is coming thick and fast and it will be here before you know it. And I just want to give you an idea of making a very simple Valentine's card using a few of the Anna Griffin goodies that I have. And I know that you probably have as well. So it's quite a quick card. Everything I do use I shall put in a detailed description on my blog. If you've ever got any questions, feel free to ask on my blog or on Facebook, but I can't reply on YouTube. Now the card that we're going to use is a 7x5 inch card. It's my favourite size and this is how it looks on our cardometer. A4 is the largest size, then we go down to A5. A5 is A4 folded in half, and then the blue one here, this is the size we're going to be using. So it's the perfect size for making a card. It's not too big, it's not too small. It won't be too daunting for new card makers, and then advanced card makers, you know, it's a nice area to fill up. I've just used a bone folder to run along the edge to make sure I've got a nice professional looking crease, because that will help it stand up nicely when it's on somebody's mantelpiece, on your beloved's mantelpiece, shall we say. Now the inside is really simple. I've taken a piece of ivory cardstock and I've tapped it around the edge with a pink ink pad, and I've got double-sided tape on the back of it. So I'm simply going to add this to the inside of our card. So let's just add this, trying to make sure that the card that I'm doing is always central to the screen so you can see it. There we go. So that's our first layer for our inside. Now the next part for our inside is taken from the cut emboss frames, because we're going to be using one of the cut emboss frames for the front of the card. We're going to be using this. So I've die cut it in ivory and then I've trimmed away the excess. Now to tell you the truth, I had a scrap of ivory that I put through and it was near enough just this section. So I didn't waste, you know, all the ornateness around the edge. But that is the centre of the cut emboss frame. And then I've just tapped it with an ink pad. So I'm going to simply position this through the centre of our card, like so. I forgot to say that I'd taken it through my Xyron machine. Next, what I've done is, because for the front of the card again, we're going to be using the cut emboss frame in a different colour, and I've trimmed it away. There we go. That's this section here from the blue section. I've trimmed away and I've trimmed up, and I'm simply going to add to the inside of our card here and here, if that makes sense. I've taken it through the Xyron machine to get adhesive on it. So this, in theory, is the waste from the outside section that we're going to be using. I've simply trimmed it up. I didn't have to do a lot. I just had to trim a few edges here. And so that is from the front. And it went through the Xyron perfectly. So don't worry. You just have to remember to break the edges. You know, you give it the rub afterwards. So just to break the seals. Now the last thing for the inside of our card is from the All Heart layer dies from Anna. And this is in pink metallic cardstock from the metallic layers selection from Anna. I've die cut it and then I've embossed it because I've got the little dots on the heart. Again, it's been through the Xyron, and I'm simply going to add it to the centre of our card like that, and try and get it a little bit straighter. There we go. And that is the inside of our card finished. No sentiment. Now there is enough room for you to write a message, but don't forget, for Valentine's cards you're not supposed to sign your name, so you might just want to fill that with hearts and kisses. So now we can go to the front of the card, and I'm going to just use my bone folder again along the edge to make sure we've still got that nice professional crease. The first layer for the front of the card is a layer of the turquoisey aqua paper from the Charlotte collection. I don't know the name of the paper, but it's a very pretty one. And it is paper because I'm just using it up. You could have the card, you could use that. And I've got double-sided tape on the back of it, and I'm simply going to position this through the centre of my card to make the first layer. Now this is quite a quick card. There's not layers and layers and layers of it. And next I've got the Ornate Cut and Boss frame die. This is from the cerise metallic cardstock again, like we used before for the heart. And I'm just positioning it through the centre of the card. I had double-sided tape on the back of it. Now this is the section that we've cut away from the pieces that we used for the inside. This again is from the Charlotte collection. I've got 3D foam on the top section of it. I'll show you. We've got 3D foam on the ornate bits at both ends, and then I've got flat tape in the middle, so the 3D foam is at the ends. Sorry, getting a dry throat from talking a lot. 3D foam at both ends, flat tape in the middle. That's only because when I put it over the centre, I want that little bit of raisedness, if that's a word, at both edges, just to give it a little bit of interest. You see how it gives it interest? Oh dear, I'm just going to have to take a little sip of tea because I feel that I have a frog in my throat. Oh, do excuse me. So, those are our layers for our frame. Next, from my set of new stickers, which I've been saving. Oh dearie me. I am going to take out a note to say I love you. And I'm going to peel that away, like so. And then I'm going to simply add it to the centre of our frame, like so. And hopefully I shall get it nice and straight. And then I'm going to finish it off with a large bow underneath the sentiment, like so. And that is our card finished. Now you see how simple it was and how quick. The inside matches perfectly to the ornateness of the front. We've got the heart for love. We've got the gorgeous sentiment. We've got the colour coming through from the metallic. And we've got the back layer that matches the Charlotte layer of paper. And it's just such a pretty card. It stands up nicely. Now, I know that any man or lady would like to receive this, male or female. Even though it's a little bit fancy, you could change the colour in. But obviously we've got the pink for love on the sentiment. But I think that is a perfect idea for a love card. I'm going to call it a love card. You don't have to use it as a Valentine card. You could use it any time of the year. A great anniversary card. So I do hope you've enjoyed watching. If you have, please give me the thumbs up. You can always comment on YouTube, but I can't get back to you on YouTube. But I can on my blog and on Facebook. So please share with your crafty friends. You can share any of my videos with your crafty friends. I'm trying to make it so this year that we can share so many of my videos to reach as many crafty people as possible. So thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you again next time.